I am finally back with a new episode. In this video, we'll be looking at how Sondheim delicately constructs a melody in the song Pretty Women. Many of the techniques and tricks he uses are intentional, but many are subconscious decisions. Typical songs and almost all pop songs today are written in bars of 16 with 4 groups of 4. Many of them follow the same pattern in terms of direction and when to expect something. For example, at the end of every 4 bars, your ear expects something new. Sometimes it can be subdivided into bars of 2 or lengthened to bars of 8. Without putting much thought in mind, I chose 2 random musical theater songs most people should know. Line 1 is a complete sentence, and you expect more.
Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a gate, I'd be swinging.
Line 2 has the same melody as line 1, but is a little higher and has a different chord progression.
And if I were a watch, I'd start popping my spring.
Line 3 shares neither the same melody or chord progression, but it has very similar rhythms and note sequences. And finally, line 4 starts off similarly to line 1 but has a definite ending.
Or if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Line 1, once again, is one complete phrase, and as you noticed, the accompaniment is 2 chords going back and forth. Line 2 comes along and has a very similar melody, but one huge difference is now in the accompaniment. There's a different chord almost every beat, and it's driving the music somewhere. It drives the music to line 3, which is identical to line 1. Then line 4 comes along, and it isn't very similar to any of the previous lines, but we've heard 3 lines already, so we need to top it off in any way we can. Anyways, before the Pretty Women melody begins, we have a These Are My Friends reprise bit.
Now then, my friend, now to your purpose.
The tension in the music builds up. On first hearing, you're expecting Sweeney to kill the judge right there and then.
What was that? Oh, nothing, sir. Nothing. May we proceed?
But that ain't fun. We are suddenly surprised when we are greeted with a lush chord with the major 7th played in the strings.
Pretty women.
Major 7ths, the most calming of all chords. The melody we receive is a very distinct rhythmic motif, and if you watched my first 15 videos, you don't need me to tell you that's the Dies Irae. Step away, step back, then a leap of a third. The next bar is an ascending line with the same rhythm.
Fascinating.
We started on this F sharp, and the second bar is bringing us home to F sharp. And it probably isn't a coincidence that it ascends from a C, which creates a tritone, the devil's interval. Bar 3 is the same as bar 1, but then once again, we're reaching the end of the first 4 bar phrase, so we're going somewhere. The monotonous rhythm is broken up by something new, and it's leading up to the same motif as before, but up a 4th.
Dancing pretty women.
In the following bar, it would be too predictable if Sondheim did the same thing in bar 2 with the ascending thing, so he repeats the motif, starting at that same F sharp as before,
Are a wonder.
and then surprises us the following measure with this.
Pretty women.
It's a bit surprising because it goes higher still, and it's jarring because it forms a tritone with the bass, but it's emphasized with the echo of the flute. Starting with the third line of 4 bars, we start off doing what we left off previously, and then we peak with the highest note here. What are these 3 notes, by the way? Sweeney's Revenge Madness theme. The next bar repeats, and the next bar flatlines, indicating we are starting a descent. And incidentally, on the tritone with the bass, the last 4 bars then closes it off.
Something in them cheers the air.
If I were to make a chart of these 26 bars, it would look like this. Start here, bar 2 is slightly different, bar 3 is the same as bar 1, and bar 4 is completely different. Bar 5 is similar, bar 6 is the same as bar 1, and bar 7 is similar. Bar 8, 9, and 11 are the same as bar 7, bar 10 is new, and bar 12 is new. Bar 13 is the same as 5, bar 14 is similar in rhythm to bar 4, and bar 15 and 16 is similar to bar 12. During the These Are My Friends section prior, there is a G that is being beated and drilled. It becomes more and more prominent. Then when we get to Pretty Women, it is now an A being drilled like a heartbeat or a ticking clock.
Oh, nothing, sir, nothing, nothing. May we proceed?
Pretty women, fascinating, sipping coffee.
Now let us look at the harmonic structure. We start in G major, but the B in the chord goes down a half step, transforming it into a minor chord, then comes back up. Another dies irae? Anyways, then we go to an E major, then up a fourth, and up a fourth, and at the end of these 8 bars, we are back in G. Going on, and like the first 8 bars, this starts with the B minor chord, moves up a half step, turning it into a C major chord before going back down again, and then ending with a tritone leap. Goes down to E, then up a fourth, back to G. Anyways, the whole chorus repeats again, but with the judge singing too, and in the second half of the chorus, the judge is singing a counter melody.
Blowing out the candles are coming out there.
Oh hey look, that's Sweeney Revenge Madness theme. Also, Sondheim isn't one to do exactly the same thing as before, so he added an extra bar in the last group of 4 bars. He adds a tritone leap here before going to the dominant chord.
When they leave, they still are there. Ah, pretty women at the mirrors.
Chorus comes back once more with more motion happening. And once we get to that jarring melody with the first tritone that we had the first time, Sondheim drills that over again in tension as we expect Sweeney to go in for the kill, but is rudely interrupted by Anthony. So I hope you learned something about how delicately the song is constructed. Till next time, thank you.